What is going on, my super sandwiches? Robson here, and today I'm joined by Mr. Wabam himself.
Sorry. Hi.
There it is. That's him disturbing his neighbors right now because it's actually late at night as we're recording this video. Now, before I start, this video is a theory. This is just based off my observations that I noticed at TGS, which is the Tokyo Game Show, which is going on right now / ending right now. And during the Tokyo Game Show, they showed off some gameplay and showed a large chunk of the roster. Now, most of the characters in the roster were blanked out. They were locked characters. However, we were able to see slots. And what I noticed is there were 84, well, 85 counting custom created characters. There were 85 character slots. Now, to those wondering how many characters were available in Xenoverse 1, Dion, why don't you tell us?
In Xenoverse 1, what was it, like 59?
It was 59, 60 including a custom character.
That's and another thing, just real quick, just because I watched Dino, he'll never admit to if he body bags somebody, but I saw him body bag somebody, no names. People are always like, you know, Tenkaichi had 160 characters, but they're always including variations. In Xenoverse 1, Dino did excellent math, might I add, good job, and found out that in Xenoverse 1, with all the variations,
we have 172.
Yes, with all the variations and custom created characters and stuff. So
yeah, but we're not gonna count those as like characters for the sake of this video.
Right.
What we're counting right now is just the character slots. And again, before we also continue, for all we know, there could have been more characters at the end of that, you know, list. For like, if you guys know how Xenoverse works, is when you don't have more characters unlocked on the right side, then it just kind of shows as more locked characters available. So for all we know, it could be more than 85 when it comes down to it.
Yeah, because
with that said,
go ahead.
Yeah, with that said, we want to kind of tell you about the 14 that we saw already, and then kind of basically leave the last 11 for speculation for you guys to figure out who you think could be possibly the games. Without further ado, Dion, do you have the list?
I do have the list, courtesy of Dino. Okay.
I want you to use your best and finest Hank Hill voice for this. Go ahead, read that list.
Now, all right, Dino, here we go.
But before I say that, let me just add that these are the characters. So just so people understand kind of like the math, like what the way our brains are working, because I was a little confused when he was first telling me about this. But so if there is an additional, what was it, 25 slots? I keep my math is messed up. Anyway, so if it's an additional 25 slots, what that essentially means is that doesn't mean another 25 characters on top of who we've already been exposed to. What that means is 25 characters on top of what Xenoverse 1 previously had, and now we're going to mention, how many was it, 13 of the characters that we know for sure are a part. 14 characters that, all right, and I know this sounds confusing, 14 characters that are a part of those 25, leaving us with 11 potential new characters that we have not seen yet. But anyways, those first 14
also,
characters.
before you start, I want to toss this out because I've gotten this question a lot. The reason why the gameplay you see in the background is kind of like discolored and weird is because during the Gamescom build that was released a couple weeks ago, there was a weird bug when it came down to recording gameplay, and for some reason it shows up discolored on game capture. Hopefully that'll get fixed before the final game comes out, but that's why it looks kind of weird discolored. When you actually play the game and see it in person, it does not look like that. It's just for some reason when you're recording, that's why it turns out the way it does. But go ahead, Dion. Just wanted to point that out because I know people are going to ask.
Okay, yeah, good point, because yeah, I got the same question because I was on the same build and everybody was like, "Oh, why does the game look so washed?" We are on a very early build, anyways. Let me hit this list on you real quick. Sorry, I was having technical difficulties, but I figured it out. We actually destroyed our recording 3 times before this, but I prevented that this time. Anyways, okay, the list consists of 1. Oh yeah, Hank Hill. Hank Hill. I'm doing it. All right.
Now, at number 1, we got Janemba. 2, Gogeta. 3, Dodoria, the creator of Propane himself. 4, Zarbon. 5, Slug. 6, Turtles. 7, Majin Vegeta.
But couldn't that also be a variation?
No, because I actually have it on the screenshot, and he is a separate character on that screenshot.
Beautiful. Okay.
Number 8, we got Imperfect Cell. Oh, we have number 9 at Cooler. We have number 10 at Android 16.
Number 11, Meta
He runs
Cooler.
on propane.
Number 12,
Future Gohan, who actually had a propane accident and lost his arm. And number 13, Final Form Cooler.
Now, number 14, I just tossed in Goku Black because we know he's in the game.
Right, DLC.
And I assume he's one of those locked characters
Well, not DLC.
within the screenshots that are on the screen.
Right, because that's the way it worked for Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta in Xenoverse 1, where you would just have, like, there was a slot there, but it remained blank. Like, if you never got Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, to this day,
You got a nice little slot there that'll never be unlocked, boy.
but that won't be the case in Xenoverse 2. Anyway, so what we're gonna try to do here is decipher who the freak, I'm sorry, let me censor myself via channel, who the hell these other characters could be. And the way I've kind of, I mean, there's more on this list, but those are kind of like Dino's theorized characters. But the way I think something we need to keep in mind is the placement of the characters usually reveals, like, at least we can kind of ballpark like who each of these guys could be. Like, if we look at the Frieza saga area sort of thing, and there's locked spaces around that, we can kind of like if Cooler has a locked space next to him, well, that's probably 5th form Cooler. But that was, I mean, final form Cooler. That was already mentioned in the list because we've already been confirmed to that. But
Right.
so I'm thinking, because the way Xenoverse, I mean, I guess I'm just gonna start this whole little thing. I'm thinking we're gonna see Super 13, and I saw that was also on your list, and the only reason is because he's a pretty iconic movie villain, and it seems like the new characters in Xenoverse 2 are kind of circulating, or what's the word? They're grabbing from the movie characters, like, you know,
Right.
new character Lord Slug, new character Turles, new character Janemba, and there are all these movie characters we missed out on. So another one that we haven't seen yet is Android 13. So I don't know, what do you think about that?
That's definitely a good one. I mean, he's obviously on my list, and it's weird they would grab everybody except for 13.
Right.
I mean, the other big one that could be a possibility is Garlic Jr., but I feel like Garlic Jr. might not get grabbed just because that arc was just...
He's one of those iffy ones, because he did have a movie, but he also, you know, he had an arc too. I don't know. He was in Tenkaichi 3, and
Right.
I almost feel like, and I could be taking this heavily out of context, but Hirano-san said, or I don't know if it was Hirano-san directly, but somebody on the Xenoverse 2 team said that this is going to be the most detailed game, Dragon Ball game yet. And obviously that doesn't always just mean characters. But
yeah, that doesn't mean characters. When they say details, they're talking about small things like, for example,
Right.
rocks popping out of the ground.
Right.
Or how characters act. Like, for example, when Future Gohan transforms, he has his pose that he did against the androids and stuff like that.
Right.
Now,
Go ahead.
before I start, I do want to ask you guys now, who do you think is going to be revealed of the 11 characters remaining?
Yes.
Feel free to have your guesses down below. And let's see who guesses. Let's see who gets all 11 right.
We gonna look back on this. Matter of fact, I promise, you guys might have to remind me because I'm a derp. If you guys remind me when Xenoverse 2 comes out and like the list is all said and done, maybe remind Dino too, all right? Tell us to look at your comments. We're gonna see who was right based off of when the comments was posted. So post them now and we will look at them later to see who the geniuses are.
Correct. Now, the other character I want to toss out there is Nail, because in actually the new trailer that came out, there is a Namekian character in the background that you're fighting along with, and I couldn't tell if that was a custom created Namekian.
That's so racist.
Or if it was Nail.
That's so
But
racist.
it looks like Nail. It looks like Nail. On top of that, we see Nail's CPU character in Kantan City as well.
Okay, that makes a little more
So
sense.
Nail's a guess. Nail's a guess.
No, that's actually a good, I mean, if he's a trainer, I mean, I feel like, I don't know. They're going to go based off of the races and stuff. So I think maybe Nail will be like early in the Namekian area. And then like you'll have Tien or Yamcha in the early kind of human area. And then et cetera with like Saiyans and all that stuff. But yeah, Nail's very probable. I would think another character that I very much expect to be in the game is Tapion. And I think...
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
I was thinking Tapion would be more of a DLC thing, because I feel like there's a perfect opportunity to do Wrath of Dragon as like a future DLC pack that has like, you know, obviously Harudegarn as a boss battle, and then Tapion as well as whatever else they can give us from that era.
I think it kind of depends. Like, what if Harudegarn is already in the
Also
game?
possible.
Also possible.
Also very possible.
But
Very
then again,
possible,
do you think
actually.
they would have already like shot that out to? Like, they would have thrown a
Not
trailer?
yet.
You don't think so? The game comes
Not
out.
yet.
in
Knowing
almost a
Bandai
month.
and Dims, knowing Bandai and Dims, they hold a lot of back, and because they're trying to stretch all this stuff out. I mean, I know October is like literally around the corner. The 25th is literally like a month away. So we still have a couple weeks to go. But knowing them, they hold back a lot of content. and news because they don't want to completely spoil the game for us.
Yeah, they want us to have some surprises. Because I could already imagine, like, if I was in the middle of going through the story and then I see Hirudegarn jump up.
I just want you to know these pants ain't coming back from that trouser mess.
Now, for my next one, I want to just do this duo because seeing how, huge these two characters are in Japan, it would be kind of a no-brainer to include these guys. Of course, I'll talk about Darkness Toa and Super Mira, which are basically like the next forms of both these characters. Right. They're huge in Dragon Ball Heroes, and they're very iconic in Japan. Like, Japan loves these two.
Yeah.
So
I love Toa.
Super Mira and Darkness Toa, I definitely see as separate characters as well. And I mean, who doesn't want to get them? The other two I want to toss out there. I'm gonna take 2 turns because I can do this. The other two I want to toss out is because and this is the one that's been kind of controversial. Hirano-san has already said that Super Buu and his forms aren't in the game. However, he also said that won't be Giant's in the game, and then like a week and a half later, they revealed Giant Namekian.
You're still holding on to that.
So I don't know. I am, and after looking at the character slots, it's kind of like it screams Buhan and Boo-Tanks, and I'm really, really, really hoping we get that as a surprise.
I'm trying to look at it.
Maybe we get a revelation.
You think?
Yeah, like we need that.
You think that'll? I'm looking at the list too, and if you guys, I don't know what you're seeing on screen here, but so there's Boo, Fat Boo, and then diagonal. Well, screw diagonal. So there's 6 slots. It's 2 different columns, and they are columns of 3. All we see is Fat Boo, and then there's 2 slots under him, and then there's 3 slots right next to him. So I don't know, because in Xenoverse 1, it was Fat Boo, and then Super Boo was right under him, and then Kid Boo was right under Super Boo. But yeah, you're right, because on the right side of Boo, there's 3 empty slots that I don't have Xenoverse 1 on anymore, but to the right of Cell, I'm wondering, I don't know. You think that's where he would be?
It wouldn't be on the left. It would be on the left. I could see it above Janemba for looking. I mean, I don't know. For all we know, these might not even be the final character placements as well.
What if that's Fat Janemba?
So
no, I'm joking. That's a joke.
Nah, he's yeah. Oh,
there's no way. It's because that's a giant character. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know. He directly said, I don't know. He did ruin one of my "There's never gonna be giant Namekian" videos. So who knows? Maybe Buhan. But you really think Buhan is gonna?
Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed.
That's actually what I was going to ask you about, because I was looking at your list and I saw Buhan and Boo-Tanks. But I think the only reason they didn't include them in the first one is just because, like, if they don't find anything for that character to do in the story mode, it feels like that's why they don't use them. So that's why they didn't have Majin Vegetas, because, like, oh, we have 18 other, possessed people. We don't need to just throw Vegeta in there. But I don't know. On top of that,
one last thing I want to toss out there, because people, I know they're going to ask about this. Xenoverse 6, they most likely aren't going to include Xenoverse 6 characters. Actually, they 100% for sure aren't going to include Xenoverse 6 characters in these 25 slots, because they already said that.
Oh, yeah, that too.
They've already said
it. And I can see why. I mean, the arc was coming out in the middle of their crunch time, probably.
Yeah, to kind of explain, by the time they kind of already had the groundwork figured out for Xenoverse 2, Super started airing the Universe 6 arc, and now of course they're doing Goku Black, and the team scrambled to give us Goku Black as a pre-order, and of course then they released Super Saiyan Rose, which they didn't know about. So as far as Universe 6 and Dragon Ball Super content, we'll definitely see that as DLC, whether it be DLC 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever, or 4. So keep an eye out for that in the future. But for now, when you buy Xenoverse 2, it looks like we'll get at least 85 characters, including the customs, and that's kind of like where we're at. So again, 14 characters technically have been revealed so far, possibly.
I wouldn't be, 14 new ones so far, and I wouldn't be surprised if we hit the big triple digits, to be honest, at this point.
Well, especially when the DLC comes out. So.
DLC for sure.
I don't know.
See though.
We're already talking people's brains out, so I guess in the comment section below, you want to see your best guess as what you think we can see in the final version of the game in October. So down below, comment the 14 or the 11 characters you think that are still yet to be revealed, who you want to see revealed. Let's do that. Who you want to see revealed. And again, this is a complete speculation theory. For all we know, this entire character slot thing that I'm looking at right now might not even be the final one. For all we know, they'll remove slots or even add slots. So this is just something that I observed, that we both observed when we saw TGS. But hey, if we're wrong, it was Dion's fault.
Yeah, no, it's totally my fault. Attack me all you want. I'll fight you all. I'm sorry.
I'll fight you all.
Bring it. But one thing really quick, I almost forgot to add this. You said that you said Buhan and Bootanks. I mean, again, theory. I'm not trying to say Dino confirmed this or anything, but possible DLC. Right. I don't think they'll have any DLC. I mean, no, my bad. I didn't mean to put words in your mouth. Wrath of the Dragon DLC. The reason why I don't think they'll have that as DLC, and this is just me again speculating. The reason why I don't think that'll be there is just because of how much new content Dragon Ball Super kind of pumped out and gave them kind of stuff to work with, sort of thing. So like, you know, I don't know. It depends. Like, if Wrath of the Dragon was already planned as DLC and we don't see their characters in like the initial release, then yeah. But I think like if they, I don't know. There's so much Dragon Ball Super stuff, so I don't know how they'd cover everything unless each pack was huge. But that's what she said. Go ahead.
That's what she said. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's kind of like a discussion to kind of figure out, you know, what we can get. I mean, I know there was a lot of disappointment going on in the last couple weeks when we all assumed that Buhan and Bootanks aren't going to be in the game. And for now, we all assumed that all we were going to get was Dodorian and Zarbon, which my least favorite characters, and I'm hoping there's definitely more.
Zarbon?
But seeing that there's 25...
That's the greatest, but go ahead.
You shut up. Oh, wait a minute. We forgot another one. Zarbon's next form.
Oh, God.
That technical... Unless he transforms, which... That'll be interesting, because if you look at the character placements, he is like surrounded by characters. So I don't know if he's going to have a transformation, like a buff form, or if he'll just be a second. No, probably not, because Frieza has a separate form.
I don't know. It's just like, I don't know if they would. I'm just looking at their tendencies. I know, you know, we were trying to close the video a little bit, but on that, usually when a character transforms, any transformation in the game, it does not extremely alter your appearance. So with that said, like, that's why they had separate character models for like you know, all the Friezas and stuff.
Right.
So you know, because their transformations, like their Super Saiyan, your hair changes, there's unlocked potential, but then again, now you have giant Namekian, so it does lead to more I don't know, like it's more likely. I don't know, we'll have to see about Zarbon. Before Zarbon's
last form just isn't even in the game.
Honest, I
would not care.
I wouldn't.
I would not care.
People, whoever you are, look, I'm gonna assume your name is Fred in the comment section. Who's gonna get mad about this? Sorry for the innocent Freds, but there's this one particular Fred. I just made that name up, by the way. Could be a Steve, could be a Fred, could be an Albert. I don't know. But don't get so angry over the little things that you don't actually care about. You're just mad because you're mad, but I still love you, and Dino loves you too. Thanks for watching the video. Go ahead, Dino. Yeah. What?
Anyways, let us know your best guesses as who else you think is going to be released. If we get a final, when we get a final confirmation of the roster. For all we know, this could be completely wrong, and if it is, you know, we'll both correct ourselves, so we apologize ahead of time if that happens. If we're correct, then we'll of course discuss the final roster in a couple weeks as we get closer to October. And I guess for now, just keep an eye out for October, because October 8th to the 10th and October 14th to the 16th are the closed beta and open beta, and I will definitely be there to hand out as many L's as possible to see React as well as everybody else. So
yeah,
keep the hype going, and let's talk about Xenoverse 2 in the comment section below.
Bye. I'll see you later. Comment and stuff. Bye. Okay.